We just watched an instant classic, game-sealing, series-determining game between the Dallas Stars and the Winnipeg Jets. Congratulations to the Dallas Stars for moving on to the Western Conference Final. All right, this one, there was a lot of stuff that was riding on this game. There was a lot of pressure. There was a lot of, stories and stuff going on. I really feel for the Jets organization right now and stuff and what they got going on this morning, and just like my thoughts go out to them, and how just the Jets, with how this game went, like, it was an emotional game. This was a very emotional game. Especially with Shifley, number 55. He's the one who ended up being the only. He had some good, wow. Like, the fact that he had a goal and, like, his impact on this game with hits and just, like, how much of an impact that he had on the game. I think, too, also, Connor Hellebuyck had a good game. I think Jake Ottinger had a good game. Like, this was a classic nail-biting game of how, okay, next goal wins. Okay, well, they even it up. Okay, next goal wins. Like, just, it had that feeling the whole way. So, Shifley started out the scoring. I was a little wrong in my pregame prediction. Their Jets did not come out 2-0, and then the Stars come storming back. It ended up being 1-0, and then Steele tied the thing up at 1 apiece. And then there was the feeling, okay, next goal wins. And I want to say first, too, like, the Jets had a lot of opportunities. There was a couple great shorthanded saves by Jake Ottinger where he's lunging and just throwing himself at the puck and having to sit on it. Or, when whether it was Miro Heiskanen or who am I thinking of? When they tried to do a 5-hole on Hellebuyck and he had to just, like, squeeze on it, and then there was a little bit of scuffles and stuff. But great game. I think something that a lot of people are going to talk about as we move forward is, do you blow the whistle for that tripping penalty? And it was interesting listening to the TNT crew where Messi thought, you know what, hey, you gotta let him shoot a thing. I kind of lean with Levy and PK Subban on, like, I'm glad the officials didn't blow the whistle and allow, like, oh, well, there's 14 seconds left, go ahead, shoot a goal, seal this thing right here in regulation. To me, just with how crucial this game was and how Stars are up 3-2, elimination game, I would have swallowed my whistle. That's just me, though. That's just me. Obviously, I don't get paid the big bucks to be an official, and, like, it was going to be a hard call either way. But just the fact that the Jets lost on a power play, which they had been pretty successful all season with their power play kill. Connor Hellebuyck has been pretty successful all season. And then you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Just how it ended up being, Shifley, who had the hooking call. I don't even remember who it was on, but I wouldn't have called it. That's just me. But, like, how Dallas then, with their number 55, Harley, just nets one in the back of the net. Sealed and approved. They're moving on to the Western Conference Final. The puck movement, I would say, on that transition was very unique. And, yeah, there was nothing you could, like, watching the replay, I was kind of going, okay, who the hell missed their assignment? Like, one player that I did notice was number 54, Sandberg. Dude was flat-footed, and he was in Hellebuyck's way. Like, if you watch the replay, like, you can see Hellebuyck's dipping and dodging, which you're supposed to as a goalkeeper. But, like, he was pretty flat-footed, and I'm kind of thinking, if he's not in the way, maybe Hellebuyck has a clear sight. But again, like, you see sometimes, like, high in the corner, it doesn't matter which goalkeeper it is. Sometimes they can't even get it, but it is what it is. Stars end up moving on, and they get to play the Oilers for the second. Like, this is going to be a back-to-back Western Conference Finals. They met last year in the 2024 Finals, and now this year they meet in the 2025. And this is actually now, because I've kind of forgot, but I was leaning on it for the Stars in my pre-season prediction on, okay, give me Rangers, Stars in the Stanley Cup. Why? Because I'm just leaning towards it. This is going to be number 3 for the Stars. This is going to be their third straight. They win 23 against the Knights. I think did the Knights sweep them? I can't remember off the top of my head, but they lost to Vegas, and then they lost last year, I believe, in 6. I think that's when they had like the explosive, like Connor McDavid had an explosive game 6 or whatever, where he had like 2 goals or something to seal it in Edmonton. And now here we go. I don't know who has home ice, but we have these two running into each other again. Like, initially, it's hard for me to predict or react to who could win out of the Oilers or the Stars, because the Stars have finally clicked and their stars are aligning, but like things are going the right way. They're playing good hockey. But then also Edmonton, after having issues with goaltending, Stuart Skinner has finally showed up in this postseason. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see how that series goes and how that series plays out. I'd lean towards still Edmonton, and the reason why I'm leaning towards them is just kind of the emotions of whether you're watching the Jets, whether you're watching the Stars or the Avalanche, like that top side versus the bottom side. Like, it's like woo, highs and lows of who you're rooting for over there. But I'm thinking, I mean, this has got to be the series that, you know, McDavid figures it out and puts himself in an opportunity again to try to go win a Stanley Cup, considering how last season ended. Like, I don't know. Like, I think this is a really, really freaking even matchup. Really freaking even. Like, I don't know where like, if you look at goalkeeping, of course the advantage goes to Jake Ottinger. Like, I think Ottinger is better than Skinner, but again, Skinner just pitched 2 shutouts to seal the Vikings. So Vegas Golden Knights. So, like, I don't know. But anyways, that's my thoughts and reactions on that. Again, what a hell of a season for the Jets, and everything they're going, like, playing with the emotions of tonight. Tonight was bigger than hockey, and I think we got a big one. We got a big one loading in the Western Conference. And then tomorrow we got Toronto and Florida. I'm leaning towards Florida, but I mean, again, we'll just have to see, because it's Game 7. Anything could happen. But what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on how this game ended? Who do you got out of the Oilers and Stars? Do you think the ref should have blown the whistle and given Dallas the penalty going into overtime? Let me know in the comment section. Hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next video.